Right now, your biggest enemy isn't the difficulty of your classes, the stack of assignments on your desk, or even your instructors. Your biggest enemy is instability.
One day you have an early morning lecture, the next day you're free until noon. 1 week is completely dead, and the next week 3 exams and a major project checklist hit you all at the same time. You try to build a routine. You write down a perfect, beautiful daily schedule. But within 48 hours, an unexpected shift, a sudden deadline, or sheer exhaustion rips that schedule to pieces. You feel like you're constantly reacting, constantly firefighting, and constantly drowning. Most students think the solution is to force themselves into a rigid, military-style time block. They think if they just try harder to follow a strict calendar, it will work. But it doesn't. When your environment is unpredictable, a rigid routine is a trap. It's like trying to navigate a stormy sea in a ship with a frozen rudder. The moment a wave hits, you snap. To survive a chaotic academic environment, your routine shouldn't be rigid. It needs to be fluid. You don't need a fixed schedule. You need an adaptable system. Today, we are going to break down how to build an unshakable daily baseline that adapts to your environment, protects your focus, and ensures you level up every single day, no matter how chaotic your schedule gets. The first shift you must make is abandoning the concept of time blocking and replacing it with the anchor habit protocol. A traditional routine fails because it relies on specific times. You tell yourself, I will study from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. But if a class runs late, or a group meeting gets called, or you're simply stuck in transit, that time block is ruined. Once the clock strikes 4:30, your brain assumes the day is a failure and you give up entirely. Instead of anchoring your habits to the clock, you must anchor them to inevitable daily events. These are your anchors. You wake up every day. You eat meals every day. You return to your room every day. These events happen regardless of your schedule. An anchor habit protocol looks like this. The moment my feet hit the floor, I will drink a glass of water and read 3 pages. Or, the moment I finish my lunch, before I open my phone, I will review my flashcards for 10 minutes. Or, the moment I get back to my room at the end of the day, I will immediately open my laptop and complete 1 micro task. By stacking your self-improvement goals directly onto actions you are already guaranteed to do, your routine becomes completely independent of the clock. If you wake up at 6 a.m. on Monday, the routine triggers. If you wake up at 10 a.m. on Thursday, the routine still triggers. The schedule changes, but the system remains bulletproof. The second pillar of surviving chaos is mastering the fluid energy scale. Most students approach their day with an all-or-nothing mindset.
They think that if they don't have a massive, uninterrupted 3-hour block of time, they can't do any real work. So, when they find themselves with a random 30-minute gap between classes, they default to mindless scrolling, wasting hours of potential every week. Elite productivity under pressure requires you to categorize your tasks not just by deadlines, but by the level of mental energy they demand. You need to split your academic tasks into 2 distinct columns: high-energy quests and low-energy maintenance. High-energy quests are things like drafting an essay, solving complex problems, or memorizing intense regulations. These require absolute, deep focus. You schedule these for the moments you know you have a solid, quiet block of time, and your mind is sharpest. Low-energy maintenance tasks are things like organizing your desk, organizing your digital files, checking announcements, or reviewing basic notes. When your schedule fractures, and you find yourself with an unexpected 15-minute gap, or when you are simply too exhausted to write a paper, you don't waste that time. You look at your system and instantly execute a low-energy maintenance task. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions to be productive. You adapt to your current energy levels and keep moving the needle forward. Finally, you must realize that a chaotic schedule is the ultimate training ground for real-world discipline. It is easy to look at students with perfectly predictable schedules and feel envious. It is easy to wish your program was less demanding, your schedule was more stable, and your environment was completely quiet. But comfort breeds weakness. If you only learn how to function when everything around you is perfect, you are building a fragile mindset. The moment you step into a high-stakes career, the moment real-world pressure hits, you will capsize. The chaos you are dealing with right now is not a barrier to your growth. It is the raw material required for it. Every time your schedule changes and you still manage to execute your habits, you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. You are shifting from a passive observer of your life to an active operator of a system. Here is your challenge for the next 24 hours. The one anchor test. Do not try to overhaul your entire life tonight. Instead, select just one inevitable daily anchor. It could be finishing your morning coffee or walking through your front door after classes. Decide on one highly specific 5-minute task that you will execute the exact second that anchor occurs. No matter how tired you are, no matter what your schedule looked like that day, commit to hitting that single target. Prove to yourself that your environment does not dictate your progress. Drop a comment below with your chosen anchor and your target task. Let's see who is ready to take control. Build the system. Trust the progression. Level up. See you in the next video.